Hi and welcome to this week's video. I'm Shannon, and if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe so that way you get an alert every time a new video goes live. So this week we're going to talk about something that I don't think a lot of people are aware is available to do at Walt Disney World, and that is chartering a private pontoon to watch the fireworks at Magic Kingdom or the fireworks at Epcot. So at Magic Kingdom would be Happily Ever After, Epcot would be Epcot Forever, or in the future would be Harmonious. So my family and I did this back in December 2018. We were staying at the Polynesian, and I did this as a surprise for my husband. So he had no idea. We went to Ohana, and then I said, oh, we're going to go to watch the fireworks on the beach. We ended up walking to the marina, and surprise, it was also my son's, I think it was his third birthday. So it was a surprise for both my husband and my son, and we got a tour of Bay Lake and then anchored right outside Magic Kingdom to watch Happily Ever After. So a couple of logistic things first. So you can book these private charters 6 months in advance, so kind of the same timeline as ADRs, and you actually have to call in and pay up front. So you do have to pay up front for this. For the Epcot fireworks, so it would be Epcot Forever now or Harmonious in the future, you leave out of the Yacht and Beach Club. So it's just one marina, and I believe it's only 4 boats are available. So those are really, really hard to come by. Now for Magic Kingdom, obviously Bay Lake is a lot bigger. You're gonna anchor outside of Magic Kingdom. And that's where you watch the fireworks. So you're not going to see the projections like you would if you were inside the park, but you do see the fireworks and they pipe in the music. So there's a lot more boats available. So that one is not, you can probably book a little bit closer out unless it's maybe July 4th or New Year's. But, still, I booked right at 6 months for this because I knew this was something we wanted to do. Now you can book out of 5 different resorts. So it's the Contemporary, the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian, Fort Wilderness, and Wilderness Lodge. Now, you also have to make sure that it's round trip. So you can't, I had thought, oh, we'll go to, Hoop-de-Doo one night, go watch the fireworks, and then I'll bring them back to the Polynesian. It doesn't work that way. So it actually has to be round trip from whatever resort. So if you're at Polynesian, then you do round trip from the Polynesian. So you just need to make sure you coordinate. What we did is that was the night we were staying at the Polynesian anyway, but that was the night we went to Ohana, so it was kind of our resort night. And then I had told my husband we were going to watch the fireworks from the beach. So obviously we still watched the fireworks, but we just watched them from the pontoon boat. So there's 2 different types of pontoon boats. One is a 21 footer and one is 25. The 21 it has up to 8 people, and the 25 is up to 10. So it's we only had 3 people, so we were pretty comfortable, but I would say 8 would be tight. So I would not put more than 6 people on the small pontoon boat. I don't know about the larger one. I did see quite a few people with 10, but that 4 feet really makes a difference. So I could see putting 10 people on there, but if you're going for the smaller one, I really wouldn't put more than 6. Maybe 7 if there's some smaller children on there. But the 21 footer, just look at my notes, is $299 plus tax, and then the 25 footer is $349 plus tax. Also, something to note is this does not include tip. So it is customary to tip your captain, and you want to tip, what I researched was 15 to 20%. So just make sure you keep that in mind, and also it needs to be cash. So you need to have cash. I didn't plan on it. I completely forgot. There was just so many other things going on. So I actually had to go back to the ATM. He was cleaning the boat, and I came back and had to give him the tip. So don't make that mistake. Make sure you have cash on you so that you are able to tip the captain, because they really, really go out of their way to make this an amazing experience for you. So you're gonna want to tip them. Something else that's available only at Bay Lake, which actually would be Grand Floridian, is the Grand One Yacht. This is out of my price range, and it looks at it's $3.99 per hour. So not overall, it's per hour, and it seats 18 guests. 17 if you're traveling with a butler. So that's probably something that I will just kind of dream about. But if it's in your budget, go for it. So you're told to arrive an hour and 15 minutes before the start of the fireworks. So the fireworks vary different times of year. So the fireworks start at 9:15. You arrive at 8. And they go through certain safety precautions with you. Everyone has to wear a life jacket, even the little ones. And one of the things that they do offer before is they will decorate the boat for you in advance. So it was my son's 3rd birthday, and they had decorated it with a big sign that said happy birthday and balloons. So that was a lot of fun. Another thing you can do is you can actually cater food to the boat beforehand, like snacks. They had some snacks that were included, some water, but if you wanted to have some alcohol or some a catered meal or anything like that, they will bring that to the boat. Obviously, there's not like a dining room table on a pontoon boat, but there is space to eat, and it's definitely very comfortable. So you could definitely make it kind of like a picnic if you wanted to. We didn't do that. We came from Ohana. We were pretty stuffed. However, I did bring a little can of sparkling wine because, sparkling wine in a can. Can't bring glass onto the boat. So had a little straw, and nothing says class like sparkling wine in a can. One of the great things about this fireworks cruise was we got a tour of Bay Lake. So we've been on, we were staying at the Polynesian. We had ridden the ferry a couple times. We stayed at the Grand Floridian, Wilderness Lodge, Bay Lake. Actually, we stayed at all of them. So we've taken the ferry and the friendship boats quite a bit, but we've never really had like the tour. So we did the tour, and he kind of told us some things that we didn't really know. He actually drove us by river country, which, is completely gone now. But at that point, it was just an abandoned water park. So that was pretty cool. We drove as close as we could to Discovery Island, which was really kind of creepy because it's literally just deserted, and you really get up close and you see where the dock was. So we came up pretty close to where the dock was at Discovery Island too. So and it was starting to get dark at that point, so that was a little creepy, but again, it was really cool. You can't get that close if you're on your own. You're not supposed to anyway. So it was a really neat experience, and to have the captain, who was really knowledgeable, give us the tour, it was fantastic. And then after the tour, you kind of go and then you start to anchor, and you anchor right in front of Magic Kingdom, the Magic Kingdom entrance. So really where the ferry would be. So, and we anchored right next to the Grand One. So the Grand One, they actually say gets rented out almost every night, if not every night. That has a specific spot where it goes every night. So that's the spot that only the Grand, and it's basically dead center of the park. And then there's 2 pirate fireworks cruises that leave from the Contemporary. That is part, I think it's the Pirates and Pals. We haven't done that one yet, but that one also has, those 2 boats have specific spots as to where they anchor. Everyone else, it's a free-for-all. So you want to get a captain who knows what they're doing. And our captain knew. He says, look, I'm going to get there early. If you guys are fine with that, we'll anchor early. And we were anchored right next to the Grand One. So we had to wait a little longer and less of the boat time. It was actually really, really cold that night. My husband was actually getting sick. He ended up having pneumonia. So probably the boat ride in 50-degree weather didn't help, but what could I do? But it was, we were fine just kind of sitting there waiting and having this spectacular view. You could actually see straight down Main Street. So it couldn't have gotten better. Now, I would say is if you haven't seen Happily Ever After, I would not do this for your first time seeing Happily Ever After. We had seen it twice at this point. We had, the first time we saw it, we did the fireworks dessert party at Magic Kingdom, which was fantastic. And then we saw it a second time, sometime during the year, and this was our 3rd time seeing it. So we had already seen the projections, so it wasn't a first time. So I wouldn't do the fireworks cruise for your first time seeing Happily Ever After, because you are going to miss the majority of the projections. With that said, I noticed little details of the fireworks that I had missed the first 2 times of seeing the fireworks. The one that really sticks out of my mind is that during the song from Moana, you see the fireworks, there's Maui's hook. And I missed it the first 2 times. So there's different things that I noticed in the fireworks that I didn't see before, because you're really just watching the fireworks, and that's really, what you're focused on. The music is piped into the pontoon boat, so you're experiencing it. You're not trying to get the music from the park. You're experiencing it because it is piped in through your own boat. And then after the fireworks were over, we were headed back to the Polynesian, and bonus, we got to see the electrical water parade. So obviously that's going to depend on the time of the year and the time of the year the fireworks are on. I think when we went, the fireworks were at 9:15. So the electrical water parade was around the same time when we were headed back. So that was pretty cool. He actually stopped and anchored again so that we could watch it from our boat. We'd seen it several times. Again, we actually had an amazing view when we stayed at Wilderness Lodge. So, but to see it from your boat and just kind of watch the whole thing was pretty special. And then we headed back to the marina. So all in all, I want to say it was probably a good almost 2 hours of an experience. It's expensive. It's not cheap. But it's really special. And I think it's something, if you're celebrating something, or you just want to do something we try and do something unique or something special each of our December trips. We go a lot, but December is our true family vacation. So I always try and do something new or something special. And when I figured out the price, my son was now 3, so the Pirates and Pals was going to be $99 per person. Well, it came out to about the same. We did get a discount. I'm not sure if it was annual pass holder or DVC. We did get a discount. I don't remember if it was 10 or 20%, but it was just over $300. So I want to say it was probably 10%. But it was, for us, it was totally worth it. And again, it was something that, was special. And will we do it again? Probably, but maybe not in the near future. I definitely want to do it at Epcot once Harmonious comes in. Epcot Forever is a really short show, so I think Illuminations, it would have been cool to do it, but Epcot Forever is kind of a shorter show. I want to say it's 12 or 14 minutes, so I don't think I would want to do this this boat experience for such a short show, but I think Harmonious is going to be pretty spectacular once it does open up. So I think this is going to be an amazing way to see it. Also, July 4th, so July 3rd and July 4th, it's a different experience. So I haven't done it personally, but I've seen others that have. Because the fireworks are 360, they actually don't park right in front of Magic Kingdom. I think they park closer to the Polynesian. You'd have to look that up. So just know that for July 3rd, July 4th, December 30th or December 31st, that the fireworks and where you park, it's going to be a different experience. But I could say that's something I would totally want to do, because I think that would just be an amazing experience to be out on the water and be literally surrounded by fireworks. So all in all, I totally recommend doing the chartered fireworks cruise. And if you have a larger family, you probably would be cheaper than doing one of the fireworks like Pirates and Pals. Or another option is you could try and find another family. I have seen in Facebook groups other families combining and joining together to do this cruise. So that's something I wanted to make it a private, family event for my son's birthday. So, but if cost was an issue, I totally would have split it with a family. So, but highly recommend it. Look it up. I'll post the link below that for actual Disney's website, and it will give you the information of where you book and give you a little bit of more information. Pricing may change. That's the current pricing as of May 2020, so pricing may change, but I highly recommend it. I will also post a link to the video below of when we actually did our video, when we actually took our cruise. So I took some highlights. I put them in a pretty kind of boring video because there's really not much talking. It's just kind of us on a really dark boat. but might give you a little of an experience or feeling of what it's like to be on the boat. But highly recommend it. Definitely makes, you know, a Walt Disney World vacation just a little more special and adds that little more pixie dust to your family vacation. So till next week, I will see you later. And if you like this video, make sure to hit like and comment below. Is this something you'd like to do? You know, tell me about it. Or if you've done it, tell me about it. Let me know what you think of it. Okay? And I'll see you next week, everyone. Bye.